Hi. Welcome. It's me, Poppy Orphia. I am here to watch a video about our favorite trans TikToker, Lily Tino. If you've been on this page before and if you've been on my ex, you know how much I adore Lily Tino. So let's watch.
That point of view is so dangerous.
Lily Tino, known for her controversial TikTok content, has quietly returned to social media.
Yeah, she tried quietly, but I've seen so many videos of people talking about her already.
After months of silence.
Her. Yeah, it's okay.
Once at the center of a firestorm over privacy and propriety, the transgender TikTok creator has made a low-profile comeback on the platform. Just a simple TikTok video in early October where Lily greeted her followers with "I'm back." Long time no see, and a noticeably different tone. For those who remember the uproar she caused just months prior, this quiet return raises a lot of questions. How is Lily Tino's reappearance
What the fuck was that?
being received, especially given the scandals that drove her offline? And what has changed,
Lily so
if
much.
anything, about the legal battles and public outcry that erupted around her name? To understand why Lily Tino's quiet comeback is so significant, we need to recall the tumultuous events that led to her retreat.
If you guys could please leave a comment down below saying hello, I'll reply to every single one of you.
Hello.
Yes, I really mean that. And it helps push these types of videos into the algorithm. Help showing the world who these people really are.
Yes.
Lily Tino, born Nicholas Contino, is a TikTok influencer.
I cannot speak. Go love some Blaze. He has so many good videos.
Who earlier in 2025 became infamous for a series of highly controversial stunts. In June, she sparked outrage by filming herself inside women's restrooms at Walt Disney World as part of a TikTok series reviewing public bathrooms.
Who does that? Have you ever seen a woman goes reviewing public bathrooms? Or a man. It's such a freaking... I'm speaking slow again, I'm sorry. It is such a freaking... It's a personal space for people. It's not public, it's private. I mean, it is called public bathroom, yes, but it's still like private. You're not supposed to film there, you're not supposed to review it. You're just supposed to go, pee, and leave. That's fucking all.
The problem? Her mirror selfie videos captured other women and young girls in the background without their consent, faces visible and unblurred. What Lily framed as light-hearted...
If you're taking pictures, at least blur the fucking people behind you. What the fuck are you doing?
...content rating Disney park bathrooms was seen by others as a gross invasion of privacy. Women who randomly happened to be in those restrooms were shocked to find themselves unwittingly featured in Lily's TikToks. At least 2 of them, including a mother whose young daughter appeared in a reflection, came forward and said they were prepared to take legal action against Lily for invasion of privacy and emotional distress. Florida.
I'm actually not sure if anyone did go and do anything against it. I know she's been investigated by the FBI or something. I think he's about to say it as well. But I think either way, it's messed up no matter who does that. If it's a man or a woman, it's messed up either way. You're not supposed to film in bathrooms. You're not supposed to film people in bathrooms. I mean, if you're filming, at least do it when you're alone. Don't do it when there are people. And you might be like, oh, but there are always people there. Well, don't film then. Like, don't film there. It's supposed to be a private place where people go to relieve themselves. It's not something you need to film at.
Florida's Attorney General, James Uthmeier, announced an investigation into Lily Tino's Disney restroom videos, noting that unauthorized photography in places with an expectation of privacy, like bathrooms, is potentially a felony under Florida law. In fact, if charged and convicted under state privacy statutes, Lily could face up to 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine for this incident. the legal stakes were very real. Commentators pointed out that Florida had recently passed laws mandating people use restrooms corresponding to their birth sex in certain venues, and also outlawing recording others in bathrooms without consent. Laws Lily's actions may have flouted. In other words, what she called bathroom selfies were potentially criminal video voyeurism. Beyond government action, public outrage exploded across the internet. 2 separate petitions gained huge traction, one demanding that Disney World ban Lily Tino from its parks, and another urging TikTok to permanently remove her account. Together,
so people want her banned from Disney is because this motherfucker is talking about very adult themes using food as reference in a child space. And for the TikTok part is because Lily is filming a lot of like childlike content for like using like not technically they're not for children because she's talking about like very adult things, but she is using TikTok language, like using foods instead of actual organs, if you know what I mean. Like instead of saying like a penis, she uses a fucking corn dog. And sorry, my English is so horrible. I might word sometimes confused. She's using that content, and she has like the Miss Rachel video where she did impersonate Miss Rachel, and then on the same account she's advertising her OnlyFans. So like you either do content for kids or you do content for adults. You don't mix them together, and that's why people want her to be banned from TikTok.
These petitions amassed well over 500,000 signatures from furious users and parents who felt Lily's behavior was dangerous. By allowing Lily Tino to continue on TikTok, we risk normalizing potentially harmful behaviors and putting our children at risk, one petition argued.
And Lily Tino, I've talked about it in the previous video, but like, I mean, it didn't get any tractions, and I can understand why. But Lily Tino was caught talking to minors about liking like boobs, while using again food to talk about melon. Yeah, she's talking about melons and stuff like that. Like if you like big melons or small melons, and the parent of the child was there, so she was trying to use language like that, so the parent will not understand what was talked about. And Blair White has that video. Maybe I can find it.
Be honest, Shelbert. Or do you enjoy yours being consumed? Be honest. Shelby's typing.
Fuck,
Big
that's
moment
a
for Shelby.
minor.
All right, there's a bomb. Oh, this is my favorite. It's a. Oh no.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Shelbert's mom is listening. Now, I am talking entirely about groceries, fresh, but you like, you know, bananas, mangoes, grapes, vitamin C. Jesse likes watermelons, 2 of them, of course. Now, if you had to rank the watermelons on a scale from A to B to C to D, or, you know, even double D, how, just, oh my God.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Oh my God, this chat. Jesse also likes eggplants. Good. My mom said she was born at night, but not last night. Interesting.
Fucking Degen. So this is what I was talking about. Like, he was talking to minors.
Echoing the fears of many parents. Even world-famous figures weighed in. J.K. Rowling, known for her outspoken views
J.K.
on
Rowling
gender
talked about
issues,
them?
tweeted that Lily's bathroom photos were trophies.
This man's bathroom photos are trophies. He wants women and girls in the background because it proves he's violating women's boundaries. Without actual females there as props, all he got is selfies of a scary-looking creep in mouse ears. Yeah, which isn't remotely what he's after. A man who's presented as a woman has come out in defense of a serious selfies he took in a win. What a fucking joke.
Taken to prove she could violate women's boundaries, bluntly dubbing Lily a scary-looking creep in mouse.
I love that Ablaze is trying to correct his language and call Tino by his she and she/her pronouns. I love that for him.
In the eyes of many critics, Lily Tino became a symbol of their worst fears. A man in women's spaces behaving inappropriately, and they reacted with vitriol. And the Disney bathroom saga was just one part of Lily's contentious public persona. She had already drawn criticism earlier for other videos, live streams in restaurants where she would confront or call out staff who misgendered her, often causing a scene. These incidents went viral, painting Lily as aggressive or rage-baiting for attention.
Hi there.
Regular water, okay?
Yes, please. And oh, just so you know, are you my server?
Yes.
My pronouns are she, her.
In one infamous episode, sometimes referred to.
I know that if I will ever meet Lily Tino in real life, I will be the biggest hater ever. I am going to say though that I am scared that if I meet him in real life, I will piss him off so much he will try to beat me up.
As
I will make him violent. I will piss him off so much.
About her recent gender-affirming surgery, using playful euphemisms like cake pops and marshmallow wand for body parts.
See?
All while at Disney World with families and children within
That's
earshot.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Found this wildly inappropriate. Lily also once floated a bizarre theory that rock musician Kurt Cobain was probably trans, which LGBTQ commentators and Nirvana fans alike slammed as disrespectful and baseless. On top of that, allegations surfaced of NSFW content on her Patreon that some described as violent or overly sexual, and rumors swirled about past disturbing comments involving minors, which Lily denied or explained away. In sum, by mid-2025, Lily Tino was not just a controversial creator, she was widely vilified. Critics from all sides, conservatives, some feminists, many in the trans community, and general audiences converged in rare agreement that her behavior was beyond the pale.
Lily's going to make all she's gonna make world peace because everyone will collectively hate him.
This avalanche of backlash, Lily initially responded with defiance. She publicly defended the Disney restroom videos, dismissing concerns by saying lots of girls take bathroom selfies, as if her actions were no different. On TikTok,
when girls take selfies, they usually either wait for the bathroom to be empty, or if there are people inside, the least you can do is blur the whole fucking body, not only the head.
She even told viewers, "As far as I know, I'm not getting sued. I didn't do anything wrong," showing little remorse. This only poured fuel on the fire. By late June, Florida's Attorney General explicitly stated, "We're investigating no tolerance for men in women's bathrooms."
Good.
A clear message that authorities were taking Lily's case very seriously. Facing the threat of criminal charges and a tidal wave of hate online, Lily Tino's bravado gave way. On July 2nd, 2025, she made a subdued announcement that she would be stepping away from social media. In a video that was a far cry from her usual confrontational style, a visibly upset Lily spoke about the toll everything had taken on her.
So the whole point of why I do what I do, which is create content,
is to rage bait.
Is to educate.
You're not educating anyone.
To entertain. In that order. And I think that
if you wanted to educate, you could have done normal videos on YouTube addressing adults, talking about how the surgeries are done and stuff like that. But instead, you're going to TikTok, an app that was made for children. It has a lot of censorship about topics like that. And you could have restricted your content on YouTube and made it for adults and like talk about all of the messy things in a very adult way, in a normal educational way, but instead you decided to go and use funny little words for like, and using food instead of actual organs. That is problematic. You shouldn't do that. You should not educate kids about topics like that. They should not know about it. If the kid will grow up having dysmorphia and they will grow up to be trans and they will decide to turn to further their transition after the age of 18, they will have to learn this by themselves from their doctors. Not this way. This is not a good way to teach children what the surgery is. And it is not a good way to teach anyone. And it is not educational. It is rage baity and it is disgusting, especially since you're doing it in a fucking place where children are. Fucking whore.
Recently, my content has taken a bit of a shift to be more, well, I'm hurt.
Aww.
I am deeply hurt.
I'm your river.
Because of the amount of hate.
She admitted that being the target of so much hostility had pushed her content to become confrontational and in your face.
My content is also confrontational. I'm not as big as Tino, obviously. And I do get a lot of people arguing with me and like telling me I'm wrong and blah blah blah. That's what you get when you act like this. My ex feed is full of me being a fucking annoying piece of shit. I am fully aware of it. I am fully aware of the consequences. People enjoy it, people hate it. It is what it is. I am aware of myself and I'm aware of what kind of people I bring to myself and what kind of people I expose myself to. And I know what kind of people enjoy seeing me being rage baited by fucking whole X, because X has been fucking hell for me in the past few weeks. But I am fully aware, like, that this is what kind of stuff I do and this is what kind of reaction I will get. You were fighting with people because you, a person who does not pass even the slightest, even after the surgery, you still look like a fucking man. I'm sorry, but this is true. You still look like a fucking man, no matter what you do. And you're angry when people misgender you, instead of being like, oh, that's okay, you're just not used to them. You're not used to that kind of language. Some of them were fucking immigrants who didn't know the language that well. And then people like you come. I don't think there are many people like Tino. Then Tino comes to them and be like, oh, you're a bad server because you misgender me. What if they get fucking fired, you stupid bitch?
And she didn't want to continue down that path. For once, Lily sounded less like the provocateur and more like someone overwhelmed by consequences. The hurt that I feel has influenced how I do things. But I don't want the hurt to be a part of it anymore, she explained, announcing an indefinite break from streaming and posting. Essentially, Lily Tino disappeared from TikTok and other platforms after that, going silent over the summer and into the early fall. Questions surrounding Lily Tino's return is what happened with the legal actions and investigations. Back when the Disney restroom controversy broke, it set multiple processes in motion: criminal inquiries, possible civil lawsuits, and corporate responses, which are likely still unresolved. Here's what we know about their status as of now. Florida's Attorney General's office did indeed launch a formal probe in June 2025 into Lily Tino's Disney restroom videos.
This is her Miss Rachel video that I was talking about, where she impersonates Miss Rachel. it's for kids. Miss Rachel is a kid content creator. And a few videos after, this bitch has promotion for her OnlyFans.
The investigation centered on whether Lily violated Florida Statute Section 810.145, the law against video recording in private spaces like restrooms. By all accounts, Lily's own posts provided clear evidence. She filmed inside 10 different women's bathrooms at Disney, with several other guests visible. Given that Florida is politically very aggressive on such issues, Attorney General Uthmeier was vocal about making an example of the case. "We do not tolerate men or boys in women's and girls' restrooms. No tolerance," he told reporters in late June. So, has Lily Tino been charged or arrested? Not yet, at least not publicly. As of early December, no announcement of formal charges has been reported in the media, and Lily herself has not mentioned any ongoing court case. The AG's investigation, however, has not been dropped. It is likely still open and active. These processes can take time. Law enforcement may be gathering all evidence, and prosecutors could be weighing the exact charges. For instance, counts of unlawful photography
What is that hair,
or
though?
video voyeurism.
Please brush
for
it
each
before you
victim
film.
involved. It's also possible that the case is sitting with the Orange County State Attorney, since Disney World falls in their jurisdiction, for a decision on indictment. Florida officials indicated back in June that Lily could face up to 5 years in prison if convicted, so they have every incentive to build a strong case. For now, the shadow of that potential felony charge looms over Lily Tino's head, a factor that might explain the more careful, restrained approach we're now seeing from her. The bottom line, legally, Lily is not off the hook, but she remains free pending the outcome of the investigation. Civil lawsuits and families involved. Over the summer, we heard from at least 2 women who were directly affected by Lily's bathroom recordings, one being a mother whose little girl appeared on camera behind Lily. They spoke to the press about consulting attorneys and considering civil suits against Lily Tino. Such lawsuits would likely claim invasion of privacy, infliction of emotional distress, maybe even seek damages for the trauma of discovering one's child's image shared online without consent. As of now, however, there's no public record that these women have actually filed suit. It's possible they are waiting to see if criminal charges proceed first. It's also possible that the mere threat of legal action and the public support they received was enough to pressure Lily's platform and prompt her break.
Imagine taking pictures of a child in the bathroom and then coming out and saying, "Oh, well, I did nothing wrong. Other girls do it as well." Give me a fucking break, bitch.
Importantly, TikTok has not banned Lily Tino's account, despite the petition and public pressure.
What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Do we go on Lily Tino's TikTok to see what the fuck is that?
There's no way. There's just no way.
Listen, I enjoy seeing him suffer. I think we had enough. I think that was enough.
Her
I think it was too much.
Live through 2025. Any civil case might also have targeted TikTok or Disney for allowing the incident, but again, nothing official.
It is a curiosity killed the fucking cat. Shouldn't have done that.
Has surfaced. We do know that behind the scenes, Disney was almost certainly alarmed by the incident. The Florida Attorney General's inquiry would have involved Disney's security team, and Disney would be very keen to avoid further liability. While no public ban was announced, Lily Tino would likely be trespassed from Disney property if she attempted to return. Companies often quietly bar guests who cause serious incidents. In effect, the ban from Disney parks that 500,000 petition signers demanded may already exist informally. For the families involved, what has happened is validation from authorities. The AG of Florida publicly acknowledged their rights were violated and that the state is on their side. That, plus Lily's withdrawal from the spotlight for several months, might have provided some sense of justice even before any courtroom showdown. Community impact and developments. The communities affected by Lily Tino's actions have not been idle.
Can we please bully him out, like, away again? I am very rarely I am very rarely pro bullying, but we need bullying this time. We need to bully him away again. We need to get him out of the fucking TikTok and YouTube and everywhere.
In particular, many women's rights and parental groups in Florida have used this case to bolster calls for stricter protections in single-sex spaces. The incident became a talking point in the ongoing debate over...
Look, I have many issues with trans people. Most of them have nothing to do with them being trans. But about trans women going to women's bathrooms, I've said it before. I think if it's a trans person that looks like Blair White or like Samantha Lux or any other passing trans person, that would have been fine. I don't think anyone would have noticed. I don't think it would have been such a huge deal. It would have been fine. But then comes the Lily Tinos, the big, huge men that look like men that are like trying to go to women's bathrooms, and they're scared the woman, and they ruin it for all the other trans people who are trying to live their lives normally as a woman. And yeah, I think people like Lily Tino who don't understand that you do need to pass, and no matter how much it hurts your feelings, you don't look like a woman. You're not passing. You should stay away from women's bathrooms. The same goes for Alexis Black. He does not look like a woman. He should stay away from women's bathrooms and locker rooms because he had a incident in a women's locker room, and the black woman who was disturbed and who wanted him out of there got her membership revoked because we need to protect the trans, not the woman, right?
Transgender individuals in bathrooms. To supporters of Florida's restrictive laws, Lily Tino was a prime exhibit, cited as someone who enjoys closely watching women's reactions and testing how much he can get away with. As one conservative outlet charged, right-wing commentators and influencers amplified the story. For example, videos of Lily's Disney escapade were shared by political operatives on X, Twitter, with captions like "straight to prison" and commentary condemning Disney's woke agenda for allowing a trans woman in the ladies' room. On the flip side, many in the transgender community felt the fallout directly. They saw how Lily's behavior was weaponized by anti-trans voices, and they voiced frustration that one person's actions were impacting perceptions of all trans people. Upset that Lily handed critics a convenient...
Condemn Lily. Tell that Lily is wrong. Don't blame the people who use Lily, because Lily is there to be used. Lily is there as an example. Lily is not the only one. Lily is just an example. There are many others like him, and they're less public, but they're still there. And condemn them. Tell them that you're not part of you. Like, say something. I know that people like Lily are ruining everything for other trans people who are trying to live their lives normally, and I hope Lily Tino and Alexis are going to get what they deserve.
Stereotype. Prominent trans YouTubers like Samantha Lux commented on the situation, cautioning that while Lily's behavior was problematic, the outsized backlash, such as a petition to deplatform her, had transphobic undertones. This nuance is important. You can
Huh? I knew Samantha was a bit stupid, so.
approve of Lily Tino and recognize that some responses to her crossed into outright hatred of trans people. In trans forums, users urged others not to misgender Lily even if they despised what she did, scolding those, including some trans folks, who started referring to Lily as he out of anger. It's a compelling subplot. Lily Tino became a divisive figure within the LGBTQ community, with some defending her identity against bigots and others feeling that her conduct made the community look bad. All this to say, the social fallout of the mid-2025 scandal was enormous, and its effects linger. Families who were at Disney that day still await closure. Activists on both sides still cite Lily's case in their narratives.
Yep.
And Lily Tino's own reputation in the influencer world is profoundly tarnished.
Yeah,
After
that's good.
3 months of near total silence, Lily Tino re-emerged online, not with a splash, but with a cautious ripple. On October 7th, 2025,
Nice.
Lily posted her first TikTok since
Not
her
a tragedy on October
self-imposed
7th.
hiatus. The video, addressed to her approximately 400,000 followers, starts simply,
Hello, I'm back. What's up? Long time no see.
Get the fuck away from my
Last time
screen.
you saw me, I was talking about taking a break, and I did take a break, and now I'm back.
Lily's demeanor in this comeback clip is noticeably subdued and earnest. This is not the fiery figure striding into bathrooms or arguing with waitstaff. Her tone is calm, even a bit vulnerable. In the video, Lily explains that during her time
back is killing
away,
me.
she did a lot of self-reflection.
I don't think so.
But while I was gone,
I highly doubt it.
on the way that I've been approaching things.
He still made bathroom videos after that in his own bathroom, I think, but he still made like about women's bathrooms.
And figured something out.
She acknowledges that anger had become the fuel for much of her content and interactions.
And that something is that I've been leading with anger. I kind of already knew that. Before, but that I've been leading with anger, and specifically that I don't want to lead with anger. I think it's a really easy trap to fall into.
This is a striking statement coming from Lily Tino, essentially an on-camera promise to tone down the confrontational antics and adopt a more positive attitude.
To let anger be the fuel, because there's a lot of anger to go around, especially being a trans person in this day and age. But I just don't want it anymore because it makes me unhappy. So it's easier said than done, but the goal is to lead with kindness. So that's what I'm gonna try and do.
So he didn't address anything that he did. He didn't address that what he did was wrong. He was talking about very serious topics, very adult topics, with a childlike undertone, like trying to talk to children about these topics. Instead of using actual language, like normal language, he used food and stuff like that. He didn't address that. He didn't address the fact that he was taking pictures and there were kids in these pictures, or a kid in these pictures, and women who didn't consent to being in those pictures, and those pictures posted online. He didn't address the fact that he was harassing people. He says that it was led by anger, sure, but he didn't mention like that he's sorry that he harassed people for misgendering him and stuff like that. He didn't address any of the allegations. He just said that his content was led by anger. What does that even mean? That is the worst ever like non-apology ever.
Do. Not just in making content, but in everything that I do.
For followers who were aware of her controversies, this felt like a tacit acknowledgement of past mistakes, without diving into specifics. Notably, Lily did not explicitly mention the Disney incident, the investigations, or any apologies to the people affected. There was no direct "I'm sorry" to the women she photographed in restrooms, nor to the broader public. Instead, her focus was on her own personal growth.
Yeah.
This approach drew mixed reactions, which we'll get into shortly, but it's clear Lily was attempting a form of comeback narrative. I realized I was an angry person online. I stepped back. Now I'm trying to...
Her whole video was me.
Be better. It's a familiar arc for public figures seeking rehabilitation, though some might say it sidesteps accountability. Along with her new philosophy, Lily also teased what her content would look like now. She mentioned she'd be resuming her live streams, but with a twist. She wants to lead with kindness in how she interacts during those streams, presumably meaning no more picking fights with restaurant servers or patrons. Lily also shared a rather wholesome new hobby. She's gotten into Disney collectible card packs and showed enthusiasm about featuring that on her TikTok.
Come on,
yes,
you're an
instead
adult.
of broadcasting from inside Disney World bathrooms, Lily Tino now says you might catch her opening Disney trading cards on camera. She also indicated she'll continue her dining streams, her trademark content before all this, but presumably with a friendlier, less contentious vibe. In summary, Lily's message was, I'm back, I've changed my attitude, and I just want to do my thing without so much drama. It was a quiet return indeed. Lily didn't do a press tour or even a big multi-platform blast. She simply reappeared on TikTok, the same platform where she'd become infamous, and carried on posting. In the days and weeks after her October 7th video, Lily Tino mostly stuck to low-key content. True to her word, she resumed IRL streaming, eating meals on camera, chatting with viewers, sharing bits of her daily life. People noted that she seemed to be avoiding the kind of incendiary behavior that got her in trouble. For example, if someone misgendered her during a live now, Lily would not erupt or make a scene, at least from what's been observed so far. It's almost as if she's trying to be boring on purpose, flying under the radar so as not to reignite the controversy. She also posted about light topics like her Disney card collectibles and general positive anecdotes. In one TikTok, she even cheerfully showed off a stack of Disney trading cards, a far cry from the combative videos of the past. However, to anyone following closely, there's an elephant in the room. Lily never directly addressed what happened at Disney or the status of the lawsuits. She effectively hit the unpause button on her social media life.
Okay, here is my theory. He needs money. That's why he's back online. He needs money for the lawsuit. He needs money to hire a lawyer or to do whatever. He needs money. That's why he's back. And he's trying to stay quiet because he cannot talk about all those stuff. He's probably not allowed to because it's an ongoing trial. That's my theory.
Hoping perhaps that the furor had died down. But on the internet, people have long memories, and many were watching to see how this new Lily Tino would be received. The response to Lily Tino's quiet comeback has been anything but quiet. Although she did not publicly hype her return, news spread quickly in the online communities that had followed her saga. From Twitter, now X, to Reddit forums and YouTube commentary channels, people began dissecting Lily's return, and her new attitude claims almost immediately. On Reddit, discussions about Lily Tino reignited across multiple subreddits. In more supportive trans spaces, users conveyed a mix of fatigue and worry. A popular post in r/mtf, a subreddit for trans women, noted with frustration that Lily's case was giving transphobes new ammunition. They are all calling her he/him and saying she is not actually trans, and that she is ruining the trans community.
That's what Jeffree Star said. Jeffree Star called Lily Tino. I can't pull out the video.
So this new age of weirdos and predators trying to pretend they're trans or pretend they're this. And harm women and children, that's my issue. So there is this piece of shit named Lily Tino who is pretending to be trans and recently went into the women's restroom at Disneyland. Disneyland's for children. Yes, there's adults that like Disney. We know that. And the camera's rolling.
So yeah, the theory is that a lot of people pretending to be I'm losing my voice as I speak. They're pretending to be trans in order to rage bait, in order to, I don't know, piss people off, in order to become famous. I think Dylan is also trans because like Dylan lost the spotlight and he wanted more spotlight, so he decided, hey, I'm gonna make a XYZ days of being a girl, which is highly disturbing. And I think Lily Tino is the same. Lily Tino wanted some fame, and trans people are very popular these days, so he decided he's a trans woman now, and he went so far with it just to, I don't know, gain some money, gain some fame. I don't fucking know, but I hope it was worth it.
Basically, they are finding any reason to be transphobic, the original poster lamented. This comment captures a common sentiment that Lily's controversial actions had unleashed a wave of misgendering and bigotry that genuine trans folks now have to deal with. Many in that thread agreed that however wrong Lily's behavior was, it doesn't justify denying her identity or vilifying all trans.
I don't think that's true. I think that we don't owe anyone anything. And Lily Tino is born a man. And if I want to call him a man, I have the right to call him a man. I don't give a fuck about what his identity is. He's a predator. I don't give him a tiny bit of respect to even consider calling him a woman or she, her. I will give that respect to any other trans person except for him, Alexis Black, and that motherfucker who made the videos about I want to talk to the kids. I don't remember his name, but he's a non-binary bitch, and he has zero respect for me because he's trying to groom kids. Fuck him.
Trans people. There are bad trans people, just like there are bad people in every group. The post went on, urging that one person's misdeeds don't mean you get to invalidate someone's gender. Essentially, trans community members were doing damage control, differentiating themselves from Lily Tino, while also condemning the transphobia wrapped up in some of the backlash. A subreddit actually dedicated to Lily Tino, the fact that one exists speaks to her notoriety, continued buzzing with harsh criticism. On r/Lily Tino, which emerged during the summer controversy, users dissected her comeback video frame by frame. The consensus there was that Lily's reflection and kindness speech was too little, too late. Some accused her of simply trying to rehab her image without making amends. Others doubted her sincerity altogether, predicting she would inevitably slip up and revert to rage-baiting antics.
I think so too.
On Twitter/X, reactions were similarly split. Though Lily Tino herself kept a low profile on Twitter, others certainly didn't hold back. right-wing commentators and anti-trans activists who had previously capitalized on her Disney incident to stoke outrage. They argued that Lily's ability to come back proved platforms aren't doing enough to penalize predators, and reiterated that someone like her should be in jail, not on social media.
I agree.
One viral post on X, circulated by a conservative commentator, read, "Lily Tino is a walking red flag. How anyone can support him accessing the bathrooms used by little girls at Disneyland, I'll never know." Notably misgendering Lily as him. The language here, calling her a red flag and harping on the Disney bathrooms, shows that to a portion of the public, Lily Tino will forever be defined by that transgression. Some influencers and content creators on platforms...
Of course. He never apologized. He never addressed it. He never talked about it. He's trying to brush it under the rug. Why would everyone forget it?
Like YouTube and Instagram also chimed in. YouTuber Brad Palumbo dedicated an episode of his podcast to Lily's comeback, branding her the creepiest trans influencer on TikTok and voicing hope that she would go offline and never come back.
Yes.
When reviewing Lily's October return video, Palumbo was heavily skeptical. He pointed out that Lily offered no apology to the women and girls she filmed, instead leading with anger was the focus, which to him felt self-centered. Jeffree Star, a beauty YouTuber known for blunt opinions, went even further. He harshly called Lily a piece of saint pretending to be trans in a rant on social media, accusing her of perverting trans issues for attention.
Yes.
So there is this piece of shit named Lily
I'm glad
Tino,
he's shown this clip.
who is pretending to be trans and recently went into the women's restroom at Disneyland.
Yes.
Disneyland's for children.
Lily Tino actually responded to Jeffree Star's criticism at one point, insisting that her primary concern was safety, presumably meaning she wasn't trying to harm anyone at Disney.
I took those
Then why didn't you
photos with a
apologize?
very clear goal in mind, which was to show a non-passing trans woman existing peacefully in a bathroom.
But you're not there peacefully. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. Wait, my back hurts like fuck, and I cannot sit comfortably. And I am annoyed. If you did not mean to disturb or if you wanted to be peaceful, when the mother and the woman who was in the pictures came out and said, "We were not consenting to be in there," why didn't you remove the pictures from the internet? Why didn't you apologize? Why didn't you say anything? Why did you just disappear from the earth, from the face of the earth, for a few months, just to return and say, "Oh, my content was angry, and I want to be nice now. I want to be a nice girl." Why didn't you apologize? Why didn't you say sorry? Why didn't you say, "Oh, I was wrong to do that. I made you uncomfortable. I'm sorry. I understand that I look masculine and I made you uncomfortable, and I am sorry." Why didn't you say that? Why didn't you apologize? Why are you like acting like you were innocent when you're not? You're making people uncomfortable.
There are a lot of opinions out there, especially from people like Jeffree, that we're faking it. That
you are faking it.
Just in bathrooms to cause trouble and hurt women and children, and none of that's true. It's ridiculous. Like, we are in the
Then apologize.
for the same reasons as you.
Then fucking
so it begs the
apologize.
question, how do we solve the problem of people see us, they're afraid because of what they've heard, it's not actually true? How do you change?
Nothing that you did proved them wrong. You made them uncomfortable, and you did not even apologize.
People's minds.
In the media, Lily's return was covered only by select outlets. Mainstream news didn't pay it much attention. The story had had its big moment in summer, but entertainment sites and blogs did a few pieces. Just Jared, a celebrity news site, ran a brief on her comeback, highlighting Lily's quote about leading with kindness and noting her new Disney card hobby. LGBTQ news outlet Pink News contextualized her return by reminding readers of the controversy in June and how she faced considerable backlash for the Disney bathroom rankings. These articles tended to have a factual, neutral tone. Essentially, trans influencer returns after hiatus, promises to be kinder. They didn't overtly take sides, perhaps reflecting that by late 2025, the fever pitch of the story. However, among communities directly involved or affected, like Disney park enthusiast groups, parents' forums, and LGBTQ spaces, the return was definitely a hot topic. Many Disney fans were still angry that their happy place had been embroiled in such a scandal. In Disney-focused online groups, some users shared relief that Lily hadn't tried returning to the parks in person. On the other hand, a significant number of voices, even those who disapprove of Lily's past, caution against the disproportionate vitriol. They argue that continuing to harass and misgender Lily crosses a line, and that she should be allowed to attempt a comeback if she abides by the rules. It's a fraught, divided response, which is perhaps expected given how polarized the discourse around Lily Tino became. As of December...
So, okay. First of all, he did a crime. And he didn't pay for it yet. He didn't apologize for it. He didn't acknowledge that he did something wrong. And you want this person who thinks that they were in the right to go back to the place where they made people uncomfortable? Give me a break.
December 2025, Lily Tino's return to TikTok remains a delicate experiment. In some ways, it truly has been a quiet comeback. She did not trend on TikTok's front page upon returning, and outside of the communities that already knew of her, her videos are relatively low-key. If you stumbled on her TikTok live today without context, you might just see a transgender woman chatting about Disney collectibles or eating dinner, interacting politely with viewers. The incendiary content is gone, at least for now. Lily appears to be sticking to her promise of leading with a softer touch. By all observations in the past 2 months, she has avoided any new controversial incidents. No bathroom stunts, no public confrontations,
that's
and
my
no
theory.
mention of Kurt Cobain or other provocative theories.
What I want to be. There's no want. You just are. There's no changing it.
Have you ever been with the opposite sex?
Yes.
You made a choice.
Sure, but
we are going to agree to disagree.
Think about it this way. When I was born, I was assigned a gender at birth, just like you were assigned male, right? So they said, it's a boy. You never had to second guess, am I a boy? Because you are, right? Think about it like a shoe. I was given a pair of shoes, just like you were given a pair of shoes, the boy's shoe. And as I grew, my feet grew into these shoes, and it just wasn't fitting. And I couldn't figure out why my feet were so uncomfortable. It's like there's a rock in it, or they're too big, or they're too small, and I was miserable, right? It wasn't like...
There probably was a rock in it, and that rock is called mental illness. And if you would fix that mental illness, you would probably still be a little bit uncomfortable, but you would be able to live a normal life without castrating yourself, without being a fucking creep around little kids, without making women uncomfortable, without making servers uncomfortable, without being a menace to society.
Like I woke up one day and said, I want to be a woman. It was, I am so miserable. What is wrong with me? Oh, it's because I can't think of anything else because my shoes don't fit. I need a new pair of shoes, right? So my feet have always been that way. They were always going to be that way.
I strongly disagree with you, but I'm still happy for you. Great conversation with you.
As much as I appreciate that person coming up to talk to me, that point of view is so dangerous. That kind of
I agree, your point of view is very dangerous.
Person will say they're cool with it, it's all good, but they disagree. And a passive disagreement doesn't change the way someone like that votes.
However,
what does it have to do with anything? Why does everyone need to agree with you? Why? That is the most insane take I've ever seen. It's okay if people disagree with you. That is normal. That's how human works. It's like I will say, I think the color red is beautiful. And you will say, oh, but I like the color pink more. And we will be like, okay, we love different things. Agree to disagree. That's fucking it. There's no... He was so respectful. And it was not enough for Lily.
To call this a redemption story would be premature. Florida's investigation could result in criminal charges at any time, potentially dragging her back into headlines for all the wrong reasons. If that happens, her quiet TikTok revival could be cut abruptly short by court dates or even an arrest. Likewise, those two women from the Disney restroom incident could still file their civil lawsuit, which would thrust the controversy back into the spotlight and force Lily to answer for her actions in a courtroom. In her new videos, Lily has not addressed whether she's in legal discussions or if any settlements are being negotiated behind closed doors. We simply don't know, and Lily's silence on the matter is telling. It suggests that the situation is delicate. Any admission or comment from her could have legal implications, so she's likely been advised or decided herself to say nothing about it. From a legal standpoint, the current status is a holding pattern.
I think she was legally told to not talk about it.
Lily is out on TikTok trying to rebuild her life, but with potential lawsuits and charges still pending in the background. In terms of public sentiment, the dust has settled a bit, but the ground remains rocky. Overall sentiment around Lily Tino's comeback skews negative, with a hefty dose of wait and see. Even among viewers who aren't actively hostile, there's a sense of wariness. Will Lily Tino truly manage a positive comeback without stirring fresh outrage? Will justice, in the eyes of her detractors, catch up with her? Or will she escape serious punishment? And what does her case say about how we handle online figures who make mistakes, even really bad mistakes? Only time will tell if Lily Tino's story becomes one of rehabilitation or one more cautionary tale of internet infamy. For now, her saga continues. Quietly, yes, but under the unblinking eye of an audience that has not forgotten the name Lily Tino.
I don't think anyone will ever forget the name Lily Tino because how disgusting he is. I despise this person with passion, and I hope they will get what they deserve. I hope that it will happen legally. I don't wish them any harm physically. I do wish they get bullied more online. And I don't care how mean it sounds. I don't care. I'm not gonna pretend I'm like this cute little girl. I'm not. I am gonna be petty when it needs to be. And Lily Tino is a person who needs to be bullied. Because he does stuff and he tries to run away from them without taking accountability. And that's it. I hope this time I managed to speak a bit faster, because I did notice the last video I was talking so slow. Even I got bored listening to myself. And I did not edit that video at all, which is my mistake. I will not do it ever again. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you hate Latino as much as I do. I'm not saying that you should go after her. And I hope I will see you next time. If you liked it, like and subscribe. And I will see you next time.